Hello guys, my name is Armin. In today's episode, Learning Navisworks Manage, we're going to take a look at the clash detection. I want to show you how we can select the different models, how we can use the set to clash against the model, how you select models to clash against each other, how we can group them, how we can create our test. Also, I want to show you a few tips and tricks how to use the inclusive and exclusive option to group your clashes. Without further ado, let's jump into Navis so we can take a look at these options. So for the clash detection, first we want to see where the location is. So if you go all the way up to the home and then tools panel, you can see the clash detective or clash detection. If you open it up, you can see selection A, selection B, which is two components. You're going to clash them against each other. For now, all of these tabs are grayed out because we do not have anything. So you have your model under the selection tree and also in sets. So you create your selection sets or search sets using find item, and also you can use your model to basically create all of them over here. The find item is basically all the way on top. You can select all of these. I had a different video kind of going through all of these for you guys. You can take a look at it. So let's just start here. You can do add a test. So right now I can basically create one over here. Let's just start with the foundation. So this one, it depends on the project that you have. If you want to do the underground, you can use foundation. If you want to do the buildings, you can do a different test. So basically it depends on the area that you are using. So right now I want to show a few examples. On some of the areas you would not see any clash because nothing is hitting each other. It's going to show 0. But if you basically have a clash, if the numbers show up under new, active, renewed, approved, and resolved. Resolve it basically when you resolve the clash, it goes away by itself and turn the color into yellow. Approve is something that you approve, and then review it means, let's say you have all the plumbing going through the slab, you review all of those because you're good. So right here, you can delete all, you can update all the clashes, or you can do it one by one. And for now, when we start, we just go from selection A, selection B, and also you have set, standards, properties, and any different type that you want to get closer and get more in detail in terms of your clash detection. You can use these items. So right now I'm going to use sets. I'm going to do the structural foundation versus electrical. So I didn't do the whole structural steel. I just only want to see if there is hitting my foundation. And then right now, type, always keep it on hard, and then tolerance, you can basically give it to it. If you want to see the clash between lines, points, and also internal clashes, you can turn those off. But I always only have the surface cube on because that's only show me the clashes with the surfaces and objects hitting each other. I don't want to see the internal clashes. I don't want to see any lines or points. So I just want to stay away from there. And these two buttons basically select the items in the scene for you. You can kind of get to it. Let's just do another one. So right now I'm just using the actual model. So I am not using the sets for these two clashes. And then for the last one, I want to get a little bit more detail. So I only want to look at the structural framing. I don't want to look at rebars, floors, or walls. I just want to see what's hitting my HVAC for the framing. And if you want to get more detailed on HVAC, you can basically use the sets. Rules you can create, or this is basically, it's up to you. If you want to ignore some type of clashes, if you don't like any type of clashes, or you want to have a different rule, you can create it over there. Select, you can see all the items here. We're going to see all the results and reports. Basically send out the reports as an XML, viewpoints, and the PDF and whatnot. So let's just run all of them. You can hit update all, or you can right click and just run one by one. So it takes a little bit of time. It basically shows there is no clash between foundation and electrical. So let's do it another one. I do separate, just run. Okay, right now I have 42 clashes as new because it's the first time. All is going to be red, and the next time when I update, it turns all of them to orange, which is going to be active, but they're not new. It means it's been over there for a period of time. So right here, nothing, it's fine. Okay, we move to the next clash. So a few items right here I want you to kind of pay attention. This is all the clashes over there. You can group all of them so you can see the whole project, or you want to get a little bit more in detail and then look at the different areas. But what I would suggest most of the time is try to use a group, and because you can see the whole pictures. If you get more in detail, that basically you might look at one location like few times, so it's just gonna take some time in meetings. So let me just dock it over here. You guys can see the whole clash detective box plus the screen. So right here, I group basically all of those together so I can see what's going on. Let me break the group, and you guys can see if I click on these, it's one by one, it's one location, it's one clash, and you can kind of go there. You can also assign it to people one by one, or you can assign the group, and there is a column right there that you can adjust it per your kind of preference. You can choose the column, you can check and uncheck these boxes. Also, you can kind of move some of these items up and down, like in terms of what column line you want to see first, or one of them you don't like, you want to see the, let's say, level status and then approved, and you don't want any of those. You can turn them off, or you can kind of adjust them over there. As soon as you hit OK, it's going to be updated on the ribbon at this area. So basically, what he wants you to kind of see is these are all customizable, based on what you want to see in there. And then basically you can assign it. You can assign per clash or per group. This is very important location that we're going to go through it. If you want to rerun a test, and this one is going to clear all the resolved clashes in your model. So you have two models, item 1, item B. So item 1 and item 2. If you look at it over here, item 1 is your selection A, which is all the electrical, and item 2 right here, you can see it's your selection B, which is your HVAC. So this is the status colors, basically shows per the new active resolve. But if you want to turn it into item color, which is going to be easier to see in your inventory box or in your screen, that you can kind of see, basically turn all of them into two colors, and all of those colors are customizable. You can change them to a different colors. You'll be able to see what is the difference between these two. So right now I grouped all of them, and you can see the whole picture of what's going on. Right now I just want to get a little bit more detail, so I want to use inclusive. So inclusive show clashes where one item that you select hitting everything else, right? So right now I only select duct. So basically I'm asking Navis to give me all the clashes that hitting duct in these clash tests. So my clash group is HVAC versus ducts versus all the electrical. So this is HVAC only ducts, not the mechanical equipment, not anything else. So you can see all of these are remaining because they're not part of the ducts. They're not under the ducts. And if you look at the selection tree, I'm only selecting all the ducts fitting, flex ducts and whatnot, and clashing those items. And if you want to have, let's say, mechanical equipment versus the whole electrical, then you can basically, it's going to give you the rest of them. So this is kind of, that's what I was saying, you're going more into detail on how to use them, right? So this is based on how you want to go through them in your meeting. So the next one is exclusive. So exclusive is where both clash items are selected. So I only want the exact items are hitting each other. So if I exactly want to look at duct versus lighting, I have to go on exclusive because it only gives me the components, which are ducts plus lighting hitting each other and all the location, and just leave everything else out. So this one, again, this is like a different techniques that you can use when you are grouping your clash tests, and it's basically based on your need, like how you want to go through all of these. Like if you have cable trays, only you want to look at the cable tray clashes versus mechanical duct, you can use the exclusive and put all of those two items in one clash group. And when you go to the meeting, if everybody wants to only look at that, they can look at that area only. So you don't have to have like the lighting, conduit and other stuff versus the HVAC. So right here I'm trying to kind of show you guys a little bit how to use exclusive exclusive, inclusive, but it's really important, and it makes the process so much faster for you. And you'll be able to identify the items, right? So nothing here very hard. It's basically you can hit that button, which is hide other. It's basically hide everything else so you can see what the clashes are. But if you want to get to it, you can use your selection box. You can basically get to that area and align it to that surface. You have the move tool. You can push it up and down to basically get to that clashes that are behind the ceiling or kind of behind the slab or below it basically. And you want to get to those items and take a look at them, see what the areas are. So this is just HVAC versus conduit that we are taking a look at it. If you want to dim other, basically you can see your clashes highlighted and everything is dimmed. And if you go uncheck the transparent dimming, turn everything black, solid black, and then only clashes highlighted. And right now it's on status color. If you go to the item color and make it green and red, and auto reveal is basically if you have a clash that is hidden, let's say under the slab, under the roof, you can find it. If you have that box checked, it's basically reveal that area for you. So if I uncheck it, the roof is on, I'm not seeing my clashes, let's say I couldn't find it. But if you auto reveal, it basically remove that and show me where the clash is. So that's really good if sometimes you're looking for the clashes to see where they are. You can that one and highlight all the clashes. So if you have multiple clashes in one area, it basically highlights everything at the area for you. So Navisworks is going to create a viewpoint. If you want to put it on manual, or you want to have the Navisworks created, you put it on auto load or auto update. Basically update those viewpoint based on the clashes. This one basically focus on a clash that you select. If you select a group, it's hard to look at it because it's just a group. It's mostly used for one clash that you want to basically go on it. So let's double check this one. Let's go exclusive, because I want to only look at structural framing and ducts, and I want to show you how fast you can group your items. And you do your grouping once when you start the project, so you're not doing these every single time. So first, when you do your grouping, you do it once when you start the project, and after that, after each update, you basically run a clash and you know what item needs to be put in one group. So it's going to be a really fast process. The main thing in clash detection and coordination means you need to do the analysis more. Like you need to allocate more time to analysis, like why they're hitting each other, is there a place to remove them, than spending time on grouping items, right? So grouping should be done fast. Put it aside, focus more time on analysis, and see how you can address the item. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. If you like the content, please subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video.